guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lily and I make videos about what life is really like here in beautiful Bella Calabria. Please come along with me as I explore all things Southern Italy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Amici, welcome to Calabria Dreaming. My name is Lily and I'm coming to you live from beautiful Bella Calabria. Today's video is a video I've been wanting to make for a long time now. It's the top 5 big mistakes to avoid if you are trying to move to Calabria. Okay guys, it's an important video if you're thinking about moving out here. Things that I have seen in the last 3 years as I've helped so many people move to Calabria. I've seen some good people come here and not succeed, and then I see some other people come here and succeed and do really, really well. So I thought I'd share some of the patterns and things that I'm noticing. All right, guys? If you don't already, go ahead and please hit that like and subscribe button, you guys. It helps grow my channel. And those who are just getting turned on to Calabria, these types of videos will get out to them quicker. So thank you so much for liking and subscribing. And also, always leave me a comment down below. I love interacting with you guys. So please say hi to me in the comments, okay? All right, guys. So as many of you know, I've had my channel here on YouTube for 3 years now. And my channel attracts a lot of people to Calabria for the first time. And as I have been a relocation consultant here in Calabria, basically helping people find homes and housing situations, I've seen a lot of success stories and also a lot of failures. And I wanted to share some of the important tips that I think would be really useful if you are thinking about making a move to Italy. And even more so to Calabria, because Calabria is totally different than the rest of Italy, okay? So let's get into it. The first thing I want to bring your attention to is the immigration process, okay guys? So when you move to Italy, there is a legal immigration process that you must follow. You don't want to come in here illegally and take advantage of the system. We don't want that. And Italy is very friendly to foreigners who want to immigrate into Italy, as long as you do it the right way. Sounds so obvious, but you have no idea how many people come here, don't do anything, and then are surprised when they don't get to stay here. So just recently I had a couple come here fully knowing that they wanted to move to Italy. They didn't want to pay a lawyer, which was what I suggested, and decided to basically do it on their own. They fucked everything up from start to finish. You have an 8-day window when you first arrive to Italy that you must take care of things. You can Google this. It literally is the simplest Google search, how to move to Italy. There's an 8-day window that you have to register with the Comuna and you have to get certain documentation in order. Then after that, usually you have a 90-day visa. If you're coming from Canada or from the States, you have a 90-day visa that you can stay here legally. After that 90 days, you are here illegally. So you have 90 days to take care of your shit. And if you're not going to pay a lawyer, which by the way is 5,000 euros, so it is expensive to get a lawyer, but I highly recommend it. I never touch immigration. I've always told all my clients from the beginning, I don't want to deal with your immigration process because there's so much bureaucracy here, you guys. So much, especially in Calabria. Trust me, you are not prepared to handle it. And there's so many different avenues that you could come in. Each person has a different story and a different situation, and there's different avenues for that. So it's really complicated. Some people, I had a client come here. She had done all her research. She had gotten all the necessary documentation before coming here. She knew what to expect. I do believe she paid a lawyer, but she knew what she needed to do. And she immigrated and is living here happily ever after and met a man, and she's super happy, and I'm really happy for her. And then there are other people that literally come here with like their brand new baby. Don't register, don't do anything. They just think they can throw money at things because they're, you know, cute white girls from America that have money and they're just used to this kind of world. And it's just so stupid. So I really just want to make this the first one. If you're going to come here to Italy and you want to move here, you want to be a citizen here, you want to take advantage of the free healthcare that they have and all the benefits of living in Italy, you have to do your research. Calabria especially is the land of ultimate accountability. If you have to be a hustler here, you have to be take a charge type of person. And if you come here thinking you're just gonna drink and eat pizza and not take care of your shit, do not be surprised if they ask you to leave, or if people don't want to rent to you, or if you cannot get a job. So life is not gonna go easily if you come here and fuck off for the first 90 days. So make sure you take care of your shit, ultimate responsibility. It's up to you. If you don't get a lawyer, that is, make sure you follow the immigration process. Don't ask me about it because I do not do that. I can't stand it. I don't want to be responsible for any mistakes that may be made. My suggestion is always, if you can afford it, it's about 5,000 euros. Try to get a lawyer who just helps you with your individual situation move in here successfully. Okay? So that's number one. Number two, oh my gosh, I've seen this so much, and it's number two for a reason. Do not burn bridges with the locals. So fucking obvious, but people come from big cities and they're very anonymous in these big cities and they think they can just get away with things and people don't talk. You do. And if you're moving to Calabria, which is mostly small little towns all over the place, like the only big cities that we have is like Reggio Calabria, Cosenza, and Catanzaro. But even those are like 120 to 250,000 people. So small. So you cannot have that big city mentality and think that it's gonna fly here. If you move here, you have to make connections with the locals, because if you piss them off, you will not be welcome back. And in worst case scenarios, there's another YouTuber, I'm not gonna mention her name, she pissed off the locals and they lit her car on fire and sent her a letter to tell her to get out of town. And she did. And rightfully so, I'm glad she did, because you have to be careful with how you treat the locals here. I've had another client from Barbados, not gonna say her name, super rude with the locals. She wouldn't say good morning, she didn't care about learning Italian, she was only there to buy investment properties and make money off the Calabrian market. People remember that the real estate agent didn't want to show her any more homes, because it's all about community here and relationships. And if you're rude, especially to like elders, Lord have mercy on your soul. But also just know that people remember, and they might smile to your face and pretend like they accept you, but they don't. All right. So a couple of things is, if you come here and you dress inappropriately, let's say you look like a homeless person, like you're from the States or from Canada and you're just working out on the street and you look like shit, and you go to restaurants looking like that, people, especially the elders, will talk about you and you will have a bad reputation. Also, don't behave poorly. Don't get drunk in the town square and act inappropriately. That will piss the locals off, all right? So things that you should remember. And if you do piss locals off, then I would suggest that you leave and never come back, because it's really, really hard to make a comeback. Luckily, so I never acted a fool or did anything outrageous, but I've had a few clients that have come here and they've really ruined their own reputation. Another person drinks too much and she gets drunk in public and falls, and people see that and they don't want to be associated with you, and it will be very difficult to make friends in a small town where you've come in, you look a fool, you're always drunk, you're stupid, you're not participating in the culture. That will piss people off. And if you do that for a while, eventually you'll just be frozen out, or they'll light your car on fire. But that was a rare case. That does not happen all the time. But you definitely don't want to burn the bridges, especially with the elders. Try to always act respectful in front of elders and when you're out, okay? Just take my word for it. The next big mistake to avoid, number 3, is don't fight the Italian culture. You are moving to Italy, which is a new culture than your own, for a reason, because you love it here. So I have a lot of people that they come here expecting the culture to be like their American culture. For example, In Italy, we eat dinner very late here because we have a siesta in the middle of the day, especially here in Calabria. So we eat lunch around 1 and then we take a nap and then we go to sleep around 4 or 5. We will wake up and then we will have dinner at 10 p.m. And if you fight that, if you skip that, you will lose out on so much of the culture and you won't assimilate in, you won't make friends. I had another couple here complaining constantly about the fact that things were not open at 6 p.m. for them to eat. And I know it's frustrating in the beginning, I understand that, but this is the culture you are choosing to move to. And if you complain about it too much and if you fight it, you will not have a good time living here. You must accept the fact that things move at a different pace and the schedule is different. There is the beginning part of your day, then there's a break, and then there's your evening. So it's almost like you get 2 days in one, and you take a nap. Usually you relax in the middle of the day, you eat, and then you go out later for dinner. And it can happen here that you even eat as late as midnight in the summer. So if you can't accept that, don't come here and fight it. Just go somewhere else where, like go to Germany where they eat dinner at 6 o'clock in the evening and they go to bed at 9. Here people, especially in the South, they eat later, life extends later, and things do not open here in the morning either. You know, restaurants and bars and cafes open usually at 9 a.m., maybe 8 sometimes. So, and even gyms too. Gyms are 8 or 9. So that's just the way it is, guys. That's the culture. You're choosing to move here, accept it. And if you can't accept it, then get the fuck out. The next big mistake to avoid, number 4, I've talked about it before, is do not come here not speaking any Italian. Calabria especially, there are no people here that speak English. I am so sorry. Maybe in Scalea, there's a couple coming in there now, and in Tropea. But for the rest of Calabria, pretty much nobody speaks English. So you must speak Italian. Now, I don't want to hear excuses that you don't have time or money. There are apps, there are books that you can go, borrow at the library. You can start, and you need to have your basics under your belt before you come here, especially if you're trying to move here or even have a job. A lot of people come here thinking they're just gonna move here without speaking any Italian, and then they are surprised when they don't make friends, they don't understand anything, they can't get any work. Like, life really sucks here if you don't speak the language and they don't speak yours. So make sure you take a week, 2, 3, maybe a year, as much as you can, to brush up on some Italian. Know how to order some food in a restaurant, know how to go grocery shopping, know how to be polite and kind and say nice things to people, because that's really, really important here. Do not come here thinking you're gonna get by on your English. It's not going to work, okay? And I've said this so many times, and people still move here not listening to me. So I feel like I have to repeat this, like I have to repeat to my child to put his shoes on 500 times, like practice your Italian, get your Italian. If you guys need tutors, there's so many options online that you can do. So go and practice, okay? Praticare. Number 5. Big mistake to avoid is assuming that you are going to find work here. You guys, this should have been number 1. Calabria is poor. The average income per month is 800 euros per month, and people live off of that. There is no industry. Tourism is very slow here, okay? So the summer months, maybe it's exploding, but the rest of the year is empty. It's not a place to come and find a job. If you think you're gonna start your career in Calabria, you are wrong. Go to New York, go to somewhere else where there's business happening. Calabria is impossible to work, especially if you don't speak Italian and if you look a mess and you're always drunk and you don't have your immigration papers. So make sure you have either independent wealth, totally possible, you have an online job, you have a business back home, you have a mommy and daddy paying your bills. Make sure you have money before you come here. If you think you're going to come here and find work, I got news for you. It's very difficult, especially if you don't speak perfect Italian, and there's just not a lot of hiring out here. There are no stores. I mean, we live in very rustic Calabria, and even the people who think that they're gonna come here and they're gonna open up this and do that and blah, 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 blah. Just prepare yourself that even doing business here is like doing business in the Twilight Zone. Nothing makes sense. People are fucking idiots. Nothing is on time. If you think you're gonna come here and make money, you have to be one hell of a hustler, like me, okay? You have to really grind and work hard to get to where you wanna go. And so I highly recommend that you find a job online before you come here back in the States so you can have that income and keep your bank account back in the States, because a lot of people come here thinking they're gonna do something, and it's so hard to get anything off the ground, and it takes years and years and years. Okay, that's it, guys. Those are the 5 big mistakes to avoid before you move here to Calabria. Number 1 is don't fuck up your immigration process. Take responsibility for the fact that you're moving to a new country. Do a few Google researches and then get your things done within that 90-day period. 2, don't burn bridges with locals, you guys. Dress appropriately, look good, try your best. Don't get drunk all over the freaking town and behave like a fool, because you will create a bad reputation for yourself. Be nice to your elders, like super nice. So say good morning, be good. So do not burn bridges. 3, don't fight the culture. You're moving to Italy. You are in Italy. You must do things as Italians do. You cannot come here with your shitty culture and think that you're gonna like change something, okay? Nobody cares about your culture. We live in Italy because we love Italy. And if you don't like the way that we do things here, then you can go to the next country, okay? Number 4, oh my God, and this is, I've said this in many videos, speak Italian, okay? Try. You cannot get away with, oh, I don't speak any Italian, I'm shy, fuck off, then go to another country. You must take on the new language, okay? And if you don't even try, then you should leave. Number 5, don't assume that you're gonna come here and find work or even be able to open a business for yourself. You must come here with your own job, your own business, your own wealth, your own sugar daddy before you come here, okay? So those are the 5 tips. Take them, enjoy them, and only good people please come here. Another thing I wanna point out is that if you move to Calabria, you have to be a go-getter. If you sit around on your ass and you think that things are gonna happen for you, it's not. Calabria is a tough place. Like, people here are farmers and fishermen, and like, we work with our hands. We're gritty, we're rustic, you know? People here are grit and blood, sweat, and tears. And if you're a little snowflake who's never like left the nest of their home, this might not be the place for you, to be honest. I've seen, like I said, a few wonderful success stories here, and all of them share in common this independence, this lust for life, this ability to be alone a little bit. Like, they're not super needy and like insecure. You have to be very sure of yourself and very tough and very strong. So that's the only people that I want applying to move to Calabria. All the rest, please go, I don't know, to Florence or something else. Go up north. This is not for you. All of the south probably will not be for you. Okay, guys, please leave a comment down below about what you think about my video, and make sure to hit the like and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram, Calabria_dreaming. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.